Okay, RTI, page 2, starting with number 8. 1.08 we're going to rewrite as a fraction. Okay, go ahead and pause it there. And the answer to number 8 is 1.08. If you say this the right way, it's 1 and 8 tenths, not hundredths. I'm sorry, it is hundredths. This is 1 and 8 hundredths. Because you go 2 spaces past the decimal, these are hundredths. So it's written 1 and 8 over 100. And if you simplify 8 over 100, you get 1 and 2/25. So this is what I did. I kept the 1 here, and then I simplified 8 over 100 by factoring it and canceling out common factors, and I got the answer of 2 over 25. Okay, number 9. Between which two whole numbers is the square root of 67? Between which two whole numbers? Go ahead and pause it. And the answer is, okay, think about the square root of 67. 67 is not a perfect square. So we're going to look for a perfect square just greater than 67 and just less than 67. Let's see, 7 times 7 is 49. 8 times 8 is 64. That would be just lower. And 9 times 9 is 81, so that's the next higher square number. So 64 is just below, and it's a square number. 81 is just above, and it's a square number. So I'm going to take the square number of all of these. And the square root of 64 is 8. The square root of 81 is 9. So the square root of 67 is somewhere between 8 and 9. And 64 is pretty close to 67. So I know that the square root of 67 is going to be closer to 8 than it is to 9. It's going to be 8 point something, 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 something. Okay, number 10. Where's number 10? Find the square root of 48 to the nearest tenth. Find the square root of 48 to the nearest tenth. Pause it. Okay, the square root of 48 to the nearest tenth. So I'm going to find which two whole numbers it's between. So I know it's between 36 and 49. So I did this just like I did the last one. 36 is the square number just below it. 49 is the square number just above it. So the square root of 48 is between 6 and 7. It's 6 point something, something, something. Look how close together 48 and 49 are. It's really close to 7. So I tried squaring 6.9, and I got 47.61, which is pretty stinking close to 48. But I did, yeah. So I figured that must be my answer. It's not going to get any closer to that if I'm only going to find it to the nearest tenth. All right, let's look at number 11. The square root of 29 is, there's one word that goes right here, and it is blank, because. The square root of 29 is blank because, pause it right there. The square root of 29 is irrational because the square root of any number that is not a perfect square and non-repeating is a non-terminating, non-repeating decimal. The square root of any number that is not a perfect square is equal to a non-repeating, non-terminating decimal. Therefore, it is irrational. I would suggest that you guys write that down in your black and white book. I think that's very important. Number 12. The square root of 36 is blank. Some word goes there. And it is blank because. Pause it. The square root of 36 is rational.